So we have the flex office warehouse project going right now under construction. That'll be 70,000 square feet. That could create, maybe like 5 million in equity. So like as you graduate into bigger projects, it's bigger risk, but it's bigger reward. So if it works like I think, a lot of equity there, a lot of cash flow. And then, once you get that done, that gives you some comfort, some cash flow, some equity that you can, take that and start working on other deals. But, we'll be doing 24 new apartments very soon. Be waiting on that forever. There's some snags and some holdups, and that's how you learn. You learn through the pain. But yeah, so my dad had some land in a great location that we're trying to change the zoning to build a 100-bed assisted living facility. We're just jumping right in because we were going to do one right before COVID.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm Kristen, and I'm here with Bryan McAnally, who's the founder of MC Development. So thank you for being here, Bryan.
Absolutely excited to be here.
Yes, let's talk about how you got into this industry. You have so much well-rounded experience within real estate investing and building. So how did you fall in love with it?
So it was in my family growing up. So my dad did pretty well. He was an architect slash contractor slash developer. They had hundreds of apartments. And so I knew that was going to be my game at some point. Just wasn't sure how I was going to get there. So graduated from civil engineering in '05 at Ohio State and graduated. I had one of the highest salaries graduating. I already had a young family. And I got that first paycheck and I was like, what the hell? Oh my God. It was like hardly anything after taxes and insurance. And I'm like, oh no, this isn't going to work. So, I worked for Smoot Construction for a year. Then I started working with my dad and saw him work. And I was like, wow, that's a different gear. Like, that's okay. That's how I need to work. I mean, he was just 90 miles an hour doing all kinds of different things. So I'm like, that's what it takes. So, started incorporating that into my work ethic and then realized I needed some extra money. So they had some apartments. They have like 300 or 400 apartments. And I started just doing some stuff on the side just to make extra money so we could live. And then got pretty good at it and started, saving and saving and saving a little nest egg so I could maybe start investing in real estate. And that's how we got in the game.
Amazing. So you just fell in love with it right away.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was, I kind of knew real estate and construction would be the avenue and just didn't really know what I was doing when I graduated, honestly. So I had a lot to learn and I was ready to get after it. So, yeah.
It's amazing. So you're really, with MC Development, you're very self-sufficient. You're investing in everything yourself, correct?
Right. Right. Yeah. We haven't used other people's money yet. As we grow and scale, I think we'll maybe have to do that some, but we're taking our time. And, when you're partners with someone, it's almost like a marriage. So,
Of course.
first of all, you got to structure it right, and you got to make sure it's all fair, everything's done properly. You got to know what you're doing. You're using other people's money. That's a big deal. And so you want to do it organically, and I feel like we'll be ready for this.
Amazing. Well, I like the narrative of kind of starting, maybe not small. You're doing a ton of business, and we'll get into all of that, but starting and building to something rather than going all in right away, especially with other people's money.
Right, right. Yeah. You see all the time developers and people in real estate, people are going bankrupt and,
Right.
even like Trump and people like that. I don't really want to do this.
Yeah.
We our own money and kind of grown organically. We started in single family. And so when I first saved that 17,000, I was working like 80 hours a week for 5 years in a row. I didn't see my family much. It was a sacrifice I was willing to take. I had to basically, to get in the game and learn.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
So I built my first house on my own. My dad was not involved. I was out there swinging a hammer, pouring concrete, footers, everything I could, painting. Obviously, I painted the apartment, so I painted the whole house. I did everything I could to keep that cost down. We put that money into it, and we're able to get a 15-year mortgage, and it's still cash flow. We actually rented it for more than what we thought, which
That's
was great. So once I proved I could do it, my dad's like, "Okay, I think we can start partnering on these." We did that all over town. We developed like 22 houses, and those will all be paid for 2029, 2030. One, we have two paid for. That one's paid for. And we have some money we could pay them off now, but we got big projects we're putting those into coming up. So yeah, exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah, you had to prove yourself to your dad. He wasn't just
Yeah.
gonna give you
No,
the
I
15
mean,
right
he
away.
didn't he didn't really put it like that, but now looking back, I was like, "Yep, that's pretty much what was going on."
And when you were
Yeah,
building that house, I mean, the first time you were really doing something like that, how did you even know what to do? How did you figure it out?
just, I mean, he's around, right? And he came out, was framing. So when he grew up, his dad had him out framing, pouring concrete, everything when he was very young. I was into sports a lot, so I didn't get into it as much. But looking back, I wish I did because it's just great experience, and he was ahead of his time because of doing that. He had a natural design for design to natural knack there. But so he came out and did some stuff with this, and he's a phone call away. Asked a lot of questions. I'm out there just figuring it out. When you're working with subcontractors, like, okay, how long are you going to be there? And then who do you need to be next? You're just kind of figuring it out as you go. And then
Right.
once you get through the whole thing, you get it rented, get through all your inspections, you're like, okay, I did it. It wasn't that bad. I think I can do this again and again. And the more you do it, the better you get.
Yeah, and are you still involved in the building process?
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. We just started a house. I'm kind of shying away from residential. I want to get more into the bigger commercial stuff.
Mhm.
But we just started a house right on the water at Buckeye Lake, and my dad has a development there. So yeah, we're all involved. We're design build, and we're building that for a good client there. And that's a residential one. We have one for sale out in Lake Valley. Things are not selling like they were. There's a little bit less in there, but learn and move on. But yeah, the goal is to, as I graduated from the houses, we did a self-storage complex. We just figured it out. I'm like, if I was going to rent a self-storage, how would I rent it? Online. So I got a website, we just kind of
Right.
figured it out.
Yeah.
And then the second one, I knew what not to do from that one. Got better. It's we run it very efficiently. We have a home health company that we started 7 years ago. Put a lot of money up for that, and my wife, I was confident like we could do it, and we pulled it off. But it was kind of scary, I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
I
Yeah,
bet.
but it's really done well, and we're up to 175 patients, and very exciting. So we're really looking to grow that, and then potentially get into assisted living, which we'll get into as we continue this. So.
Amazing. Yeah, talk about kind of the assisted living opportunity then.
So we have the flex office warehouse project going right now under construction. That'll be 70,000 square feet. That could create, maybe like 5 million in equity. So like as you graduate into bigger projects, it's bigger risk, but it's bigger reward. So if it works like I think, a lot of equity there, a lot of cash flow. And then, once you get that done, That gives you some comfort, some cash flow, some equity that you can, take that and start working on other deals. But we'll be doing 24 new apartments very soon. Be waiting on that forever. There's some snags and some holdups, and that's how you learn. You learn through the pain. But so my dad had some land in a great location that we're trying to change the zoning to build a 100-bed assisted living facility, and we're just jumping right in because we were going to do one right before COVID.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Timing wasn't right. COVID hit. It just messed everything up. You couldn't get the help, and it was all crazy. Couldn't even go into people's facilities for a while. So we hit pause. Now you can get the help. Uh, we know there's a need because we have a home up company. We work hand in hand with them all over the county, and they're all full. There's a waiting list. So we know we can build the right team. We know we can build the right building, design it right, make it look great. So now we're going through the zoning change, and I had to present the other day to the board, and we have a good feeling we'll get that approved, and then that's going to be huge.
Yeah.
That could be valued at like 40 million. So we're just trying to just keep graduating and getting in the bigger deals. Obviously, you have to do it organically,
hmm
make you know what you're doing, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. And this might be a very silly question, but is assisted living, does that fall under commercial or residential? It's kind of like somewhere in the middle.
It's commercial. I mean, it's similar to residential because the building is like a big, it's like a big house really, but it's massive. 50,000 square feet. It's gonna have fire alarm, sprinkler. So it is commercial, but they want it to feel like a house because people are living there, you
Okay.
know. So it's kind of a combination, and yeah, we feel like we can do it well. There's a developer right in our town that has done these all over the state. He's a little bit older now, so I think they're slowing down. But yeah, we'd like to really get into that and scale that because it's first of all, there's a huge need. There's 10,000 people turning 65 every single day. That's a true stat. Licking County, which is our county, the elderly community that's 65 and older has grown 30% since 2010. I mean, there's just a huge need. We want to bring that need to our community. It's a need. And the last thing we all want is when our elderly friends and family, get older and do need care, there's no place to go around here and they have to go out of town, you know.
Mhm.
So we're trying to keep that in our community.
Yeah. Amazing. And I know you said that, you started kind of in single family and you're slowly kind of moving away from residential. Can you talk about just the commercial industry in general and kind of the opportunities you see there and why that's so appealing?
Yeah, I would recommend for, people listening that are just getting into the game, and I do plan on getting into coaching in groups just because I have a passion to help people. I coach my son a lot, have a little gift to motivate people and make them believe and everything. But we'll get into that. But yeah, I would start a single family, learn the business. There's not as much juice in the squeeze, but there's not as much risk. So, if you can learn management, learn some construction, and learn some of the things you have to do when someone moves out, just go through some of those cycles, kind of learn the game before you get into the bigger deals. Some people say, no, just jump into the bigger ones. I don't really recommend that because you can get burnt pretty easy. And like we talked about, I don't think you want to start your career to go bankrupt and then have to learn from that. I would just start organically, start small, you know, get one house, two house, three houses, then maybe get a duplex, fourplex, kind of grow organically, kind of like I've done. And, it takes time. It's a long-term game.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of people go into real estate thinking it's going to be a bunch of cash right away, and it really doesn't seem to go that way.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
No, definitely. It's long-term play, and we really like to keep our properties too. So a lot of these people out there, they're, holding for 3 to 5 years, and then they sell, and then they hold for 3 to 5 years. So we develop new mostly, and then by the time we get you have a brand new property in a good location, and you got nice cash flow. It's gonna appreciate like crazy because it's new, it's in a good location, so there's really no reason to sell for us. So we like to keep most things, there's some situations where you maybe would sell, but my
Yeah.
plan is to kinda keep as much as you can. There's tax benefits, there's cash flow, that's forever, there's equity, and, if you sell it, then you have to worry about where you're gonna put the money or you're gonna get taxed on, so, yeah, our plan has always been to kinda keep as much as we can.
Yeah. Amazing. And can you think of a time as you were building your business, maybe where things did not go as planned? It wasn't, the smoothest thing in the world and what you learned from it?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started out, it was the Great Recession. I mean, there was literally nothing going on for the architectural office, which I was working there. There was just nothing going on. So that was just like a lesson, like, man, I mean, that's all I knew at first. Now things have changed, but there's cycles and you can't get all freaked out. I think we're in a little bit of a cycle right now. We have a house for sale. It's been for sale longer than usual. I built on kind of a slope lot. I got a little greedy, but again, that's how you learn. So you're gonna have lessons every day. You're gonna learn every day. And don't be ashamed to learn because, I mean, you learn something new every day. Find people that have done what you like doing and what you're trying to be, and you'll be surprised how many people will get back and try to help you out.
Yeah, and you said that's one of your gifts is you're able to kind of motivate people and coach them through stuff. Can you talk about just the mindset you have to have as an entrepreneur in this industry and things that have helped
I
you?
mean, it's kinda crazy because, you have to have it. So but you're still gonna have self-doubt all the time. Like, I started doing social media a year ago. And it's not exactly easy because,
Right.
you're like, Is this really like, do I really need to be doing this?" But I know deep down, I gotta keep building this brand. Even though I'm not really making money on it right now, I'm just slowly building my audience because, first of all, I wanna document the journey. I actually do wanna help people, and I wanna show people it's possible. So, if nothing else, it'll be a great story to unfold and watch. So yeah, that's it. I mean, you're gonna have self-doubt, you're gonna have tough times, but that's again how you learn,
Yeah.
and you're gonna go through some of that stuff, companies owing you money, not paying you, and, still dealing with that right now. So, there'll be times where you'll change your business strategy just because you don't wanna go through that again?
Right.
Uh, so yeah, there's gonna be tough times, you just gotta learn from it. It's nothing's gonna stop you. Learn, it's a lesson, and then you move on and you're better.
Right. And then what's kind of next for you guys at MC Development? I know you talked about the assisted living facility, but what else do you have kind of in the pipeline?
So we have the flex office warehouse. We're starting buildings next week. We're doing that in phases. So we'll have the first two buildings. The total project 70,000 square feet, so that'll be like 30,000 of it. We'll try to get those done as soon as possible. We had to do a lot of the site work up front. We'll put in the fence, and we'll have a lot of it done of the site, some of the paving, and then we'll try to get those leased. And I'll be marketing the heck out of it. We have some promotional videos. I've been on site doing marketing already, and again, just kind of documenting the journey. Trying to get that done. A 24 new apartments starting anytime. Then we'll move to the assisted living. That's a 100-bed with 12 independent living units right next to it. That's huge. I mean, that's going to be a huge project, but I'm very confident we can do it. It's just, something you haven't done. It gets a little scary, but that's good. You want to be in those situations because you're pushing yourself. And then from there, it's 180 to 200 apartments in Heath, and those can be game changers. So again, you're kind of graduating to the next level of projects, and then I think from there we'll be scaling in the four directions like we talked about: self storage, multifamily, assisted living, flex office warehouse, and then potentially start using some money, maybe a fund or maybe just raising money for the land while it's entitled. paying a preferred return, and then either we keep all the equity or we give up 50/50. I think there's two different structures to go with there. Both
Mhm.
of them could be great for the investors and us. If you're just paying a preferred return and you pay them back, everyone gets their money back like in 2 or 3 years. It's a guaranteed return, and some people like that. And
Yeah.
some people want to wait for the bigger equity and want 50%. So I think there's two different ways to do it, and both of them could be very successful. So from there, I'm envisioning doing like three of those big projects. So to get my goal, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I love
I
that.
want my goal was net or a millionaire at 35. I was 36, and then 8 years later, I was worth 10. And so now, in 8 years, I'm gonna be try to hit 100 million. And it's not
Wow.
gonna be easy. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. So I think that's kind of the road. The assisted living, the apartments, and then get those done as fast as possible. And then I'll have to do like three of those at a time to hit that in 8 years. And that's kind of the vision I have.
That's incredible. I mean, you've done so much on your own without even taking other people's money yet. It's incredible to think about what you're going to be able to do when you go to that next step.
Right, right. Because I mean, a lot of it, what's holding us back, first of all, I wanna know exactly what we're doing. I wanna feel real confident about it before I start taking people's money. But once I prove that, I mean, really the only thing slowing you down is money, you
Yeah.
know? So, you can't get greedy. You gotta make sure it's a great deal. It's gonna be great returns for everyone, but really excited about what the future holds.
Amazing. Well, tell everyone where to find you.
Yeah. So I'm on social, so you can, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube. We're posting like 5 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah, more than that probably. And doing a lot of that right now. We had a podcast going for a while. We're about ready to kick that back into gear. That's kind of the long form. We'll chop that up into reels, and we got into some real personal kind of stuff. And I'm like, look, I'm gonna let it all out, my net worth and all this stuff because I want people to know it's possible. I'm gonna document the journey, and
Mhm.
I think it's cool. Not a lot of people talk about that kind of stuff. So, um, again, it's just kind of this is who we are. We're not holding it, not holding anything back, and this is where we're going, and this is how we're gonna do it. And then I think that's just proof in the pudding when we do start coaching groups and stuff like that.
Amazing. And did you say the actual the username on social people can look up?
Yep. Okay, so let me see here. Instagram is bmcanally7. Okay. YouTube is at McAnally Bryan. TikTok is at Bryan McAnally77. And Facebook is the same, bmcanally7.
Amazing. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Brian. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, anytime. Uh, Big things coming. So yeah, we'll be posting a lot, documenting the journey, coaching and groups is coming, and we'll be getting investors too coming up here, planning to hit big returns. So it's all part of the puzzle. So yeah, stay tuned, and we'll be documenting everything.
Incredible. Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, for listening. And we will see you back next time.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.